The art of selling expansive things every day, mastering high-value sales. Selling high-value or expensive items consistently is not just about having a great product, it's about mastering the psychology, strategy, and execution of value creation in the mind of the buyer. The key to making these sales every day is transforming a transactional purchase into a visionary investment. This comprehensive guide delves into the core principles, strategies, and psychological nuances required to consistently move high-ticket items, complete with elaborate explanations and illustrative stories. The foundation, mindset and positioning. The journey begins not with the customer, but with your own perspective on the value you offer. 1. Embrace the high-value mindset. If you view your product as expensive, your customer will too. You must genuinely believe that the value delivered far exceeds the price charged. This genuine conviction translates into a calm confidence that eliminates desperation and projects authority. Elaboration. High-ticket sales often fall apart because the salesperson is apologetic about the price. This hesitancy signals to the buyer that even the seller isn't convinced. Your mindset must shift from selling a product to granting access to a premium transformation. Small story: the art dealer and art consultant, Sarah, was tasked with selling a $50,000 sculpture. Junior colleagues always started by mentioning the artist's fame. Sarah, however, started by talking about the feeling the sculpture evoked, its historical context, and how it would redefine the client's space and legacy. She wasn't selling metal and stone, she was selling a piece of immortality. Her conviction in the art's intrinsic and enduring value made the price an afterthought. It was the cost of acquiring a masterpiece. 2. Know your audience, the affluent persona. Selling expensive items requires targeting individuals or businesses with the capacity and the desire to spend. They are often buying time, status, quality, or a solution to a costly problem. Elaboration. High net worth buyers are driven by different motives than budget buyers. They often seek exclusivity, bespoke solutions, and a white glove experience. They rarely negotiate on price if the value is compelling. They negotiate on terms, delivery, customization, service. Example: when selling a $10,000 personalized coaching program, your target isn't someone who needs to save $50. Your target is the executive whose $100,000 per year income is being stifled by a problem your program will solve. The price is negligible compared to the lost income or opportunity cost. 2. Strategic execution, value creation, not feature pushing. The core mechanism of high-ticket sales is building a value stack so compelling that the price becomes a logical step, not a hurdle. 3. The power of the unique selling proposition, USP, and narrative. Your expansive item must stand out in a unique way. It's not just what it is, but why it is uniquely special and how it was made. Elaboration. A car is just transportation. A Rolls-Royce Ghost is an effortless sanctuary, a statement of success, hand-built by artisans. High-value items need a powerful, emotional narrative. This narrative should articulate the craftsmanship, scarcity, legacy, or proprietary technology that justifies the investment. Small story: the wine merchant. A small wine merchant in Bordeaux sold bottles that were often $500 plus. He didn't just list the vintage and tasting notes. He told the story of the specific plot of land, the family's ancient methods, the struggle against the weather that year, and how only 100 cases were ever produced. He didn't sell wine, he sold a taste of history, a personal connection to the terroir, and an exclusive membership to an elite group of collectors. 4. Anchor high and use the principle of contrast. Psychologically, people evaluate price relative to other numbers. By introducing a before or alternative price, you anchor the buyer's perception of value. Elaboration. This is often done by presenting tiers. The most expensive option, the anchor, makes the second most expensive option look like a good deal. You can also contrast the price of your solution with the cost of the problem, the opportunity cost. Example: instead of just offering a $25,000 home automation system, start the conversation by detailing the full $50,000 platinum, every bell and whistle package. The $25,000 system, which is still a high-ticket item, now feels like a prudent, value-conscious choice, a significant saving while still achieving premium quality. 5. Hyperfocus on transformation and outcomes. The expensive product is merely the vehicle to the desired outcome. Buyers don't buy a drill, they buy a hole. High-ticket buyers buy status, freedom, security, or a massive advantage. Elaboration: stop talking about features, e.g., this machine has a 5.0 GHz processor. Start talking about outcomes, e.g., this processor will cut your design rendering time from 6 hours to 30 minutes, freeing up a full day of your team's weekly schedule for creative work. Quantify the ROI. The ROI formula, when selling to a business, always present the return on investment. If your $100,000 software saves a company $50,000 per month in labor, the actual cost of the software is paid back in 2 months. The expense is now a profit center. 3. The consultative sales process, building trust and desire. High-ticket sales are almost always a consultative process built on high trust. 6. The diagnostic-first approach. Never pitch a high-value solution until you have deeply understood the prospect's pain points and desires. You must become a trusted advisor, not a pitchman. Elaboration: use powerful, open-ended questions to uncover the deep emotional and financial consequences of their current situation. Instead of, "Do you like this expensive watch?" ask, "What will this watch symbolize to you 10 years from now when you look at it? What achievement will it permanently commemorate?" Example: the B2B consultant, a consultant selling a $75,000 strategic overhaul, spent the first 2 meetings solely asking questions and taking notes. How much is the current turnover rate costing you in recruitment and training? What is the emotional toll of this inefficiency on your top leaders? By the time she presented her plan, it wasn't a sales pitch, it was the precise, inevitable solution to the painful, quantified problem she had helped them articulate. 7. Demonstrate credibility and social proof. For a high-ticket item, credibility is non-negotiable. Buyers need concrete proof that your offering is safe, proven, and respected. Elaboration: use testimonials, case studies, and endorsements from authority figures. Crucially, in high-end sales, use the rule of exclusivity. Instead of saying everyone uses this, say, we only accept a limited number of clients per quarter to ensure this level of personalized attention. This taps into the desire for scarcity. Small story: the yacht broker. A yacht broker selling a $5 million vessel didn't rely just on technical specs. Before the showing, she arranged a private meeting with a renowned naval architect who had personally reviewed the ship's design. She also mentioned, casually, that the previous owner was a famous tech mogul. This subtle use of peer validation and expert authority removed any perceived risk from the massive purchase. 4. Overcoming objections and closing. In high-value sales, objections are not roadblocks, they are requests for more information about value. 8. Preempt the price objection. The best way to handle a price objection is to ensure it never comes up as a surprise. The price should be introduced after the value has been fully established. Elaboration: before quoting the number, summarize all the value, benefits, and the ROI you've established. Then, state the price with the same calm confidence you use to state the time of day. When the buyer says, "That's a lot of money," you simply redirect to the value. "I agree, it's a significant investment, but compared to the $200,000 you'll save/earn, which part of the solution can you afford to cut out?" Never drop the price immediately. Revisit the pain. 9. Create urgency based on opportunity cost. High-value sales need an incentive to act now. This urgency must be tied to a logical reason: scarcity of the item, time-sensitive opportunity, rather than a cheap-feeling discount. Elaboration: the highest level urgency is the cost of not buying. Every day the client delays, they continue to suffer the pain/cost of their problem. Example: the window for this specific government grant that would pay for 30% of this equipment closes next Tuesday. If we don't finalize the purchase order by Friday, you will lose access to $50,000 in immediate savings. The cost of delay is not a discount, it's losing free money. Conclusion: the daily habit of high-value selling. To sell expansive things every day, you must treat your interactions as daily consultations with high-value clients, not simple transactions. Define your value, clearly articulate the transformation you sell. Target and trust, identify the affluent buyer and build deep trust through diagnostic questioning. Master the narrative, weave a compelling story of legacy, quality, and exclusivity around your offering. Connect price to outcome, always justify the investment by contrasting it with the cost of the problem or the quantified ROI. By consistently applying this combination of high-value mindset, strategic execution, and consultative process, you will shift from occasionally selling expensive things to making high-value investments a routine part of your business.